Kids get bullied every day. That's just the way it is. Sure, schools have policies. My school has a policy. Yeah, that's worked out real well. I am not a bully. And I'm not a victim or a target or whatever they call kids who get bullied. I know I should probably do something, break it up, but really it's none of my business.
Bullying is really, visible. You could see that it goes on in my school.
Everybody would be sitting at a lunch table and a girl would just be trash talking another girl.
My first encounter with a bully was in high school. I didn't really get bullied when I was in elementary school or, younger than that.
I think a lot of people panic when there's a lot of bullying going on. They don't want to meddle in it because a lot of the times it can make it worse.
My brother, his name was Carl. He was 11 years old. He played football, he played basketball. He was just very athletic. He was just a really good kid. I would say I was a bystander. I kind of witnessed students, being picked on, being bullied.
My classmates or the bystanders, they would watch, but they wouldn't do anything. They would either look at me, oh, he's a punk, I'm not gonna help him. If he can't stand up for himself, why should I stand up for him?
They don't want to stop it because they don't want to end up like me. Because they see it, they're just happy that, it's not happening to them.
I guess they feel like if they intervene, they're gonna bring the heat on themselves. So, they tend to just sit back and watch, especially if it's real bad, if somebody's getting beat up, picked on every day. They figure, oh, I don't want that to happen to me. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut and, keep my distance.
That fear of, everyone, hating on me now made me not speak up.
First rule in high school, mind your own business. Makes sense? Like Anna here. I don't even really know her. I mean, I see her, sit next to her in math, but she's not a friend. Not a good friend anyway. This guy Marcus, phew, a lot of words I could use to describe him. A G-rated one would be jerk. I guess he's a bully, but he doesn't bully me, which is one reason why I don't interfere. I don't need him turning on me, especially in front of the whole school.
It does make it worse when bystanders, they don't actually come in and bully you. They just kind of laugh along with it. It encourages the bullier, it encourages him completely because now he sees that so many other people are enjoying this, they're laughing with him, so he feels great, he feels like a bigger person, he feels like, okay, if this is working, if this is getting me attention, I should do it some more.
And if you have students who are silent and won't say anything, well, then the bullying process continues.
I was out of school from January until May. That was my second semester of my senior year of high school, which is supposed to be the most fun part. A girl on one of my sports teams was standing in front of other girls on my sports team talking about how I faked sick and I was looking for attention, and I had been standing right behind her and nobody said anything.
They could have, intervened, told the kid to stop, told the teacher, or stepped in themselves, but they did none of that.
Even though these bystanders aren't actually doing the bullying, they're laughing along with it, it just encourages him.
I kind of knew Carl was always the type of kid that was almost a target for bullying. It kind of goes back to him in his elementary days. I didn't know that it was so severe.
Sometimes girls are the worst. Worse than boys. These girls put up a Facebook page just to torment Anna. It said the meanest things. I know they're lies, but no one seems to care. They say boys will be boys. I guess that's the same for girls.
when girls bully each other, it's a lot of like talking about each other behind each other's backs and manipulation and hurting each other emotionally.
Girls are more emotional about it, and they're more try to get down to really hurt you and to feel pretty bad about yourself.
When girls bully each other, it's more of a psychological and emotional thing. They make each other feel insecure about themselves. But when it comes to guys, they make you feel insecure, but it's more in a physical way.
I'm sure both is really hurtful, because I know that verbal bullying could also be even more hurtful than physical bullying will ever be.
They both make, people feel insecure about themselves, but emotional, it'll make somebody want to do something to themselves, maybe like cut themselves or commit suicide.
Cyberbullying over Facebook or over texting, which is out of school, makes you feel completely alone.
When people say stuff online or on a social networking site, they don't necessarily have to use your name to be mean. They just imply that they're talking about you, and then when you confront them about it, they deny everything because they didn't actually use your name. But they make it very clear who they're talking about.
But when you're alone and when you're receiving these text messages, no one else is feeling the same way you are, and no one else could even see that. It's a whole different story, and it just makes you feel like a total outcast, that you're separate from everyone, that you're not really who you are.
When people were texting me, they would write things that were like, "I hate you, nobody wants you in their lives anyway."
It makes you feel down, and it makes you feel really low, and it's constant, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Okay, what am I really supposed to do? Tell a teacher? The principal? And what would happen? I'd get my face pounded in, or some rumor spread about me. Yeah, no thanks. I mean, who knows? Maybe she did something to deserve this.
There are people that I don't personally know, but I've heard that they witnessed my brother being bullied in school.
My classmates, they looked at turning in, anonymous info to anybody other than, your friends. They looked at that as snitching. So they wouldn't do any way, shape, or form let anybody in authority know, and or anybody who could intervene and help. They wouldn't notify anybody.
There is a stigma to going to teachers with situations like being called names.
Sometimes, I think the worst part of it, for me, is that I know deep down inside, I should do something.
A lot of bystanders, I think, don't necessarily look at a bully and say she was doing the right thing. I think that they're scared to say something because they'll become the target, and that they don't necessarily hold the opinion of a lot of other people around them.
Being bullied and threatened and, beaten up, every day, that takes a toll on you.
Being bullied makes you so depressed, and it feels like you're so worthless. I didn't even understand until I was the subject of people being mean to me. My case isn't even the most extreme, and I felt completely worthless.
Because I can't go to the principals, I can't go to the teachers, because I don't want this to fall back on me again if the girls who are bullying me finds out that I ratted them out. So I come to my mom and I complain to her, but what is she gonna do? She can't walk me in school, me holding my hands, and I just sometimes feel like there's no one out there who could actually help me and help me get through this.
I'm just trying to mind my own business, do my own thing, and there's people who just keep trying to throw me off track and, mess up what I'm trying to do. And nobody was helping, nobody was saying anything, so I definitely thought it was unfair.
Humans need social interaction with people, and so if you're not getting love or affection in one aspect of your life, you look for it in other aspects of your life. And so in my case, I wasn't getting attention or affection or any sort of relationship with my friends, and so I looked for it in somebody who ended up being emotionally abusive.
We never really had the impression that, you know, it was that severe. He never talked about it. So the night when he did commit suicide kind of just blew my family apart. It was very tragic. I mean, it's really kind of lost for words talking about it, because, you know, it was just kind of like, you know, why my brother?
And we have some very sad news tonight. 17-year-old Anna Williams of East Tremont was rushed to the emergency room last night after being found by her parents. The reason? An apparent bully-side attempt. Her parents say she had been the target of bullying both in school and online.
This wasn't my fault.
Tremont High had no comment except to say they have a
I hardly knew her.
when it comes to bullying.
I never bullied her. I didn't do anything. I couldn't.
If you're, you know, somebody's friend and you really care about them, you should definitely intervene so they're not being hurt, you know?
If a bystander could be brave enough to actually do the right thing and stand up for this person.
Being nice to people and helping people definitely makes people feel better about themselves.
They made another person feel better. They took them out of, it could be misery, they took them out of it. And they kind of said, hey, you know, let's go to the mall, let's go to the movies, let's just take a walk around the school, let's just talk. Anything could help.
It makes you feel like you're doing something right for that person. You're doing right by them instead of just letting them be attacked and kind of ignoring their feelings and needs.
Once you speak up for someone, you'll feel better. I know that. You'll feel a lot better because you've helped someone out.
Nothing now. You might know. You might need that, don't you think?
Can you get it?
I think so. Why don't you go ahead and get it?
Marcus,
Huh?
man, why don't you cut it out?
Okay, you ready for this? Anna, banana, haters group. Anyone want to be my friend?
Hey, I'm sorry, you guys, what you're doing right now, that's like really stupid. Why you gotta act like children?
I think he's right. This is kind of stupid. Yeah. I think I gotta go.
Yo, I aced my math test, what'd you get?
Like a C.
See? I told you gotta study, you don't wanna believe it. Should've studied like I told you.
Study for math. Anna, why don't you come over here?
Yo, I'm gonna slip the dean a note about this. Hey, Anna, how are you?
Good, how are you guys?
You can sit with us, we're good.
Thanks.
What you got for lunch?
My mom.
I am not a bully, and I'm not a victim, or a target, or whatever they call kids who get bullied. But I am a bystander, and bullying is my business.
It's more effective when bystanders intervene than when the person being bullied stands up for themselves, because it's coming from an outside source and it sort of isolates the person who is doing the bullying.
Inside, everybody knows the difference between right and wrong. And when they see something wrong going on and they correct it, you feel good inside.
If a bystander could be brave enough to actually do the right thing and stand up for this person, you could imagine that they would feel great about themselves. They would feel that they achieved something.
If you're someone who's watching someone else getting bullied, I would say that the person being bullied really needs you.
Don't let this happen to you. You know, if you feel like you can't step up and handle it yourself, you know, let somebody, you know, who can help you, you know, tell one of your parents, or, you know, tell your principal, or, you know, if you really do have a close friend, you know, let them know, and they could maybe, you know, go get some help for you or help you themselves.
You never know, you know, what could happen, you know, that person being bullied, you know, on and off, like my brother was, and then resulting in suicide will make you feel very, very bad. Will make you feel really, really bad if you've never said anything to the bully in that situation.